Hello. Yes. Now let us observe here. Actually, four up to four we required, but in R programming, in Python programming, we are having lot of difference in the slicing. When compared to Python, in R it is very simple to slice the data. In R it is very simple to slice the data. Okay, but here four means it is here not going to end at the position of four. Here it is going to end at the position of end minus one. What is the end value? 4. But here it is going to end at 4 minus 1, that it is 3. This is the point that you have to remember. Is it clear? Now, let us answer again once again this. 1 means R. 2, 3, 4. 4 means I. But it is ended at with the position of index of N only. N only. So this is the point that you have to remember. Okay, now it is going to works like this. It is going to works like this. RIN. Is it clear? Right. Don't confuse. It always it is ends with n minus 1. Always it will ends with n minus 1. Now let us observe this. S of 3 is to 8. S of 3 is to 8. Yes. Why? Because present we are in the syntax 2. Once if you understand the concept of the syntax 2, then only it is possible to understand the syntax 3. Syntax 3 is little bit different, and there we have to follow some of the conditions. You have to remember those conditions, right? So please answer. Okay, give the responses from your side based on your answers only. That I am going to that I am going to move for the next step. Yes, now here it is Nivas. Okay, not a problem. Why? Because here maximum it is 7. Anyhow, that we are taking it is 8. Okay, so 8 minus 1 up to it is going to end 7. That it is Nivas. See, instead of taking the last value, simply we can leave it. 3 colon, just leave it. Once if you leave, okay, it is going to take the last character in that string. Once if you leave, it is going to take the last position, last index. So here it is Nivas only. The same thing that if I take like this colon 8 I am taking. Now what is the result that we will get? By default it will starts with okay 0. Starts with 0. I am not giving anything, right? By default it will start with 0. Everything that you will get. S of colon 3. Now S of colon 3. Now SRI or SR? 0, 1, 2. SRI. I. Right? Next, S of minus 4 is to minus 1. Minus 4 is to minus 1. Yes, simple. Minus 4 is the begin value or end value? Always it is begin only, not end. The syntax is begin colon end. Minus 4 always it is begin only. Next, minus 1 is the begin value or end value? End value. Now, minus 4 means what? It is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. I 4. I is the minus 4. Means from here it will start. From here it will start. End value is minus 1. Don't forget that end means end minus 1. Now minus 1 minus 1. Now what is the end value? Minus 2. So minus 2 means now it is going to end at A. Is it clear that what I am saying? Right. Now let us execute it. Here it is IVA only. Yes. IVA. It is not n plus 1, n plus 1 is also there, Rajshekar, that we will observe, that it will get the difference whenever if you are going to forward or backward, that I will explain in the third syntax. Okay, that I will explain in the third syntax. Right, now is it clear? Let us observe here. S of minus 1 is to minus 4, minus 1 is to minus 4, minus 1 is to minus 4. Yes, what is the begin value? Minus 1. This is the begin value. All right, what is the end value? Minus 4. Minus 4 means minus 5. Right, now this is the begin value. This is the begin value. Till now, whatever the values, whatever the data that we subsetted in the forward direction or backward direction. This is very important. Based on this only you'll get the answer, otherwise you'll not get the answer. ఇంతవరకు మనం చేసిన ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ లో మనము రిజల్ట్ చూసింది ఫార్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో మనకి రిజల్ట్ వస్తుందా, బ్యాక్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో రిజల్ట్ వస్తుందా? Forward direction only. Whatever the result, whatever the example that you observe, that it is forward direction. Is it clear? SRI, Nivas, RIN, okay, everything, IVA, that everything it is in the forward direction only. Everything that it is in the forward direction only. Here also, it will try to return in the forward direction only, not backward direction. Why? Because in the third syntax that I will explain very clearly. Now let us observe this example. Now minus 1 is this, and it will try forward direction or backward direction? Forward direction only. Okay, is it possible to reach? Is there anything in the forward direction? Is there anything to print in the forward direction? Is this possible to reach to minus 5? No. So nothing is there to print, okay, in the forward direction from minus 1 to minus 5. Okay, so here it is empty, nothing is there. Okay, here it is empty, nothing is there to print. It is not an error. Error is different, empty is different. Empty means there is, okay, nothing is there to print in this position, in this index, so that's why it is empty. Right, now S of, I will explain that what is forward, what is backward, how to work on that we will clearly okay understand in the syntax 3. Present we are working with only syntax 2. Right, so next S of 20. Whenever if you work with the single position, if you take, okay, out of range, then you'll get the error. Right, here what you will get, here also you'll get the error, but observe here also it is index error. But if you take like this, S of 1 is to 20, 1 is to 20 starts with 1 but ends at 20, it's not a problem. Up to 7 it will print, after that nothing is there. Okay, whatever the maximum it is having, it is going to print. Yes, not a problem. But if you take a single value, it is not belongs to the second syntax, it is belongs to the first syntax. Right, right, now is it clear that? Now let us start with the syntax 3. Syntax 3. What is the syntax means? S of, first we have to give the begin value, next we have to give the end value, and then we have to give the step value. Step value, here the step values we are having only two values. One is, okay, okay, we have to give in the positive or negative step value. Right, now here also by default step value will works. Actually we not work with the step value there. By default it is also worked with the step value only. What is the default value of this step means? It is 1. positive 1. By default it is 1. So every time it is incrementing by 1 or not? Every time it is incrementing by 1 or not? Yes. So by default the step value is 1. Yes. Now let us observe here. S of 0 is to 7. In this I want 1. Every time I want to increment by 1. Now start with 0. Next 1, 2, 3, so and so. By default it is 1. Even if you mention or not mention also it will come. Now every time that I want to increment by 2, the step value is, now first it will print S. After that I, like this. Is it clear? Step value. Now 1, 2, these two are positive values or negative values? Positive values, right? So here what happening means, whenever the step is a positive value, whenever the step is a positive value, right, here it is going to work in forward direction. Is it working in forward direction or not? Left to right, forward direction. From where to where? Begin to end minus 1. Begin to end minus 1. Next, in forward direction, in this forward direction, what is the default value for begin? These are very important points. What is the default value for begin? 0. By default it is going to take 0. Next, what is the default value for end? The maximum, whatever the length it is having, it is going to take the length of string, the length of string. Next, default value for step. What is the default step value? 1, 1. So these are the points that we have to value. Remember, these are the default values, right? Not minus 1, it is 1. Srikant, can you please repeat? Yes. Yes, Srikant. So till now that we worked with the syntax that it is begin colon end. Okay, now we are using step. So anyhow that I explained that step is the default value. What is the default value of the step? It is 1. By default it is 1. So by default it is 1 means it is a positive or negative? Positive. So positive means, okay, if it is positive it is going to work in the forward direction, that is begin to end minus 1. Begin to end minus 1. In this forward direction, okay, these are all the default values that we are having. Is it clear? Right. Now let us start with the negative. If the step is negative, what will happen? If the step is negative, okay, so now it is going to print from left, right to left, that is backward direction. Backward direction. Now it is going to in the backward direction. Yes. Now let us observe this, one of the example. Backward direction means, so this is the data that we are having, right? S of minus 1 is to minus 5 is to 1. Now let us try to answer for this. 1 means it is a forward direction or backward direction. Forward direction, it will try to print in this direction. Now minus 1 means S. Minus 1 means S. Minus 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 5. Right? So here in this forward direction, It is positive means forward direction. That is the point that we have to remember. It is begin value, it is end value. So how it is going to work? Begin to end minus 1. Begin to means minus 1 to minus 5 or minus 6. Minus 6. So here it is going to work from minus 1 to minus 6. Right? So if you forward direction lo after 1, is there anything to move to the forward direction to reach minus 6? Is it possible to reach? No, empty. Is it empty or not? Nothing is there to print, it is empty. Now let us observe the same example. Here I am taking minus 1. Here I am taking minus 1. Minus 1 means it is a forward direction or a backward direction? It is a backward direction. So this is the begin value. This is the end value. Now here it is going to, okay, start with minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Here it is going to end at the n. Now, what is the format? Begin to end minus 1 or some other? That we will observe after checking the result. If it is forward direction, begin to end minus 1. Begin to end minus 1. Now let us check it. Okay, if it is n minus 1, minus 1, minus 5, minus 1, then minus 6. Minus 6 means up to I. It is going to print up to I. Right? Otherwise, if it is print n, there is no minus. Otherwise, if it will print I, plus 1, plus 1. Are you getting that what I am saying? I am not saying that whether it is plus 1 or minus 1, so and so, right? That you have to find after the result. Yes. So if it is minus 1, S2I. If it is not minus, it is N. If it is plus 1, again I. This I. Okay, this I. Now let us check the result. Why? Because minus 1 is backward direction. It will move to the backward step by step. Okay. SAVI. S minus 1 up to I only. Now what is the format here? It is n minus 1 or n plus 1. Whenever it is a negative, this is the point, very important point. Right? Whenever there is a negative step, then we have to work, then it is going to work from begin to end plus 1. End plus 1. But this type of headache is not there in R programming. In R it is very simple, right? So whatever the index that you require, directly you have to give that index. If you want first index, let us give first. If you want last index, let us give last. That I will explain at the time of R programming. Nice, very good. Now some of the responses, right? Is it clear that? Now let us check it. Okay, how it is going to work. So it is negative. It is going to work in the backward direction. So what is the default value? Value for begin. So if it is a forward direction, it will start with 0. If it is backward direction, from where it will start? Minus 1. Minus 1. Next, default value for end. So anyhow, it is based on the length. What is the length it is having? Based on the length only. Okay, length of the string. Next, default value for step. What is the default value? 1 or minus 1? See, if it is forward direction, it is moving left side, right? Minus 1. Again here it is moving to next term. Minus 1 plus 1 or minus 1? Minus 1. Again minus 1. Minus 1. By default, here it is minus 1. These are the points. Once if you remember these points, it is easy to work, but you have to do some practice. It is not, even if you buy hard also, you will not get at the time of running. Whenever you have practice, then only, okay, it is easy to understand. No need to buy hard also at that time. Yes. So now let us start with some examples. S equals to Srinivas Reddy. Now let us try to answer as soon as possible. 0 to 8 starts with S up to Srinivas with space, with space, with space or without space? Without space. Why? Because 8 means 8 minus 1, right? Next, S of 0 is to 8. 2, I am taking step value 2. First it is S I up to 8. S of 0 is to 8 is to minus 2. Minus 2 means I want to print in the backward direction. Is there anything after going to backward from 0? Is there anything? Nothing is there. So empty. Okay, having difference error and empty, right? So here syntax is not having any problem, but nothing is there to print in the backward direction. So empty, right? S of 2 is to minus 7, 1. In this, what is the thing that you have to, okay, note it means first you have to go to the step value. If whether it is positive or negative. If it is positive, go to forward. If it is negative, go to backward. First, let us start with this and then let us start with the begin and end. Right? Now, begin means 2 is to minus 7. It is positive means end minus 1 or end plus 1. End minus 1. Minus 7 means minus 8. So, this is the result. Here it is starting with 2. 2. Where it is going to reach? Minus 8. Minus 8. So from 2 to 2 means here. Okay, it is going to reach there. Now S of colon 1. Step value is positive. What is the default begin value? 0. What is the default end value? Based on the length of the string, it is from starting to end string. The same thing, if I write like this, let us observe. Starting with minus 1 is backward direction. Starting with minus 1, ending means length of the string. It will reverse or not? Complete string will be reversed. See, complete string will be reversed. Otherwise, okay, if you want to reverse a string, okay, if you want to write some logic, it is very difficult in other programming languages. Nearly you have to write 10 to 20 lines of code for reversing a string by taking array so and so, so and so. Here by using this slicing, whatever it may be, simply you can reverse the string. You can print from, okay, backward. Right. Not only string, or even if you work on, okay, if you work on the numerical values and so also you can work on that. So once if it is okay, let us work on some concatenations and some for example that we will discuss at the time of strings. S is this, right? S into 10. What is the meaning? Yeah, concatenation, right? 10 times it is repeated. This is the S value. Okay, this is the I value I am taking. DATAhill solutions. S plus I. Okay, S into 10 it is not concatenation. S into 10 is a repetition. S is going to repeat 10 times. S plus I is the concatenation combining these two strings. Yes.
I have one question in previous one. Hello, sir. I have one question over here. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yes. And we discussed that either integer is a mutable or not, so and so. What is integer is mutable or not? Mutable or immutable? It is mutable or immutable? Yes. Please unmute. Yes, Rashekar, please confirm that voice is audible or not. Yes, are you getting any disturbance in the mic? Yes, if you have any disturbance, please let me know. Right. Now let us observe this. Integer is a immutable. So already in the last class that we discussed that here it is not possible, okay, to change the values of this integer data type. Okay. So similarly, whatever the fundamental data types that you are observing, note this point. All these 5 fundamental data types are immutable. All these 5 fundamental data types are immutable. So here it is not possible to change. Here it is not possible to change. Yes. So till now that we worked. Hello. Right. So till now that we worked with first 5 fundamental data types, not only these 5 fundamental data types that we are having so many data types, nearly that we listed 14 data types that we are having. So now let us start with one by one. So what is the next? Let us start with the list data type. List. Right. So in this first 5 fundamental data types that we can take only single value, that we can assign only one value in a variable. There it is not possible to assign multiple values in a variable. Yes. Now this is a single dimensional object. List is a single dimensional object with heterogeneous data type values. It is a single dimensional object with a heterogeneous data type values. See, let us observe here. If I take the data like this, in the form of rows and columns, right? Now it is a single dimension or 2 dimension. That data structure is like this, which is having rows and columns. Now it is a single dimension or 2 dimension. So here it is having 2 dimensions. One is rows and second one is columns. 2 dimensional object it is. Single dimension object means that we can take the data, okay, in a single dimension like this, only in a single dimension. This is okay, like this we are going to take the data. Is it clear that what is a single dimension and what is a 2 dimension? Do you observe the cube? Right? That is a multi-dimension, yes, which is having multiple slices. Right. Anyhow, let us start with the single dimension. So this list is a single dimension object with the heterogeneous. What is the meaning of this heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means it will accept the different data type values. Homogeneous means it will accept only the single data type values. So here it is a okay heterogeneous. Now if you want to create a list, okay, we have to represent the list of values with this square bracket. With this square bracket. Right? So whatever the values that you are going to insert, all these values are in order. Means however that you inserted in the same order, all the values are going to assign. Next step. Here it is going to allow the duplicates also. Duplicates are allowed. Next step. Either it is mutable or not mutable, that we will discuss, or don't write it mutable or not mutable after doing practice. See, mutable means if it is possible to update on the same id, so it is mutable. If it is not possible, immutable. So that we will discuss whether it is immutable or immutable. Right? Next we will check it whether it is a growable or not. Growable means nothing. Okay, if you here it is possible to increase and decrease. Okay, so if it is here it is possible to increase and decrease means automatically what is the meaning? It is mutable. Mutable, that I will, okay, show you with the practicals. Now, so here it is mutable. So we can increase the size, okay, or we can, okay, if you want to append, we can append it by using a append function. Otherwise, if you want to remove, okay, the size means the values, whenever if you remove the values, automatically size will be reduced. So remove is the function. So we can increase or decrease the size. So all this, now let us start working on this. Let us start working on this. Now, A equals to, I'm taking some values. I'm taking some values. How to represent the list? By using square bracket. No need to use any other functions, just by how to use, okay. But whenever if you want to work with R, there we have to use some of the functions. Okay, right. Like what is this? List or not? But it is having any values? It is a empty list. Empty list, not a problem. Let us create empty list and then let us print this A. Okay, here it is empty, nothing is there. Let us check whether the type, what type of it is. Let us check it. So here it is a list data type. List data type. Now I want to insert some values. Now I want to, okay, append some values. So we are having, okay, append is the function. On which variable I want to append? A dot append. So here what is the meaning means, okay, this, okay, 100 we are appending. The value 100 we are assigning in the A. Let us do one thing. First, let us check the ID of this A. ID of this A. This is the ID. This is the ID. Now, let us print this A. This is the data that it is having. Again, I am appending, okay, append of 200. Now, I'm inserting some value in this A, right? Let us print this A, whether it is, okay, updated or not. Yes. Now again, check the ID of this A. If it is having the same ID, it is mutable. If it is not having the same ID, then it is immutable. Now, it is mutable or not? Yes, it is mutable. It is mutable, right? With the same ID. See, previous it is, okay, now it is having the same IDs. Right. Okay, now let us append some of the values. For example, A dot append, I'm appending 300. Okay, let us print this A dot, I'm going to append 200 again. It will accept the duplicate values or not? It will accept the duplicate values or not? Yes, it will accept the duplicate values, and the order is also, okay, preserved. However, that you inserted in the same order it is, right? Next, A dot, I'm taking Srinivas. Now it will accept or not? Yes, it is a homogeneous data type. Yes. Whenever if you want to insert empty, nothing, okay, you can insert like this. A dot append none. N-O-N-E, N is caps, it is a keyword. None, let us print it. None means nothing, it is empty. Right. Now, these are the values in the A, right? So anyhow that you know the slicing concept. Slicing concept already you know, right? So however that you require, okay, slice it. However that you require. Yes, Rashekar, you can give the values, okay? See, for example, your question is, can I give single string value in single quotes? Yes, for example, x equals to, okay, let us take DATAhill solutions. So I'm taking x, okay, in single quote, right? It is string only. Let us print this x. Whenever if you observe the result is like this. That you can take in double quote also. DATAhill solutions. Yes, let us print this y. Not a problem. But internally, how it is going to store means, even if you take single quote or double quote, internally it is going to take as a single quote only. Okay, let us, okay, if you without print, let us print X directly. Let us observe the output. Now it is in single quote, right? So here we mentioned single quote, it is single quote. Now let us observe the Y, but here we created with a double quote, but internally it is stored with the single quote only. See, is it clear? Right. Now let us move to our list concept. So these are the values. So if you want to slice, for example, I want the first position. First position means index is 0. 0 for the first position of this. And however that you require, whatever the syntaxes that we are having, okay, ఏ data అయితే కావాలో ఆ data ని slice చేసుకోవాలి. So you already know the slice concept. Is it clear? Right. So if it is a of -1, nothing is there. Is there any value to print? Nothing is there, right? If it is a of -2, Srinivas, right? And colon, so and so, whatever, however that you require, 1:4, 1:4, 200 to 200, 300, okay, it will print 200, 300, 200, right? Now so if you want to remove, okay, a dot remove, I want to remove the none value. Like this you can remove. Now let us print this A. None is there? No. A dot remove. Let us remove the 300. 300. Remove. 300 is there? No. So like this you can remove. So however that you increase the size. If you want to decrease the size. However that you require. Right? This is the A, right? A into 2. What will happen? A into 2. This will be repeated 2 times. Nothing is there. Here it is going to repeat 2 times. Can we remove based on the index also that you can remove? But we have to follow the different, okay, in the place of giving the value, right, by using index also that we can remove. Yes. Next. Is it clear that? Now let us start with the tuple. Next, what is the next data type after list? It is tuple, right? Tuple. Next it is tuple. Tuple is same as listed. Same as listed. But it is immutable. Immutable. So if you want to create, okay, create a tuple that we have to represent with these parentheses. This is okay, with these brackets we can create the tuples. Same as the list. Okay, once again, okay, observe these points. Okay, I will discuss. So if it is disconnected, so let us connect with the same link. Why? Because our session is up to 8:45. It is up to 8:45. So if it is disconnected, once again connect with the same link.